This is Accurate TV News,
where you get your news on time, on point, and online.
Man imprisoned for almost 14 years on drug-related charges in the U.S. A Jamaican man has been sentenced to nearly 14 years in a United States federal prison after he was found guilty of supplying a Jetblu flight attendant with nearly 60 pounds of cocaine that she attempted to smuggle on board a flight at Los Angeles International Airport. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California says Gaston Brown, 42, of Clarendon, Jamaica, was sentenced to 13 years and 9 months by United States District Judge Christina A. Cinder after a federal grand jury indicted Brown in January 2017, charging him with 2 counts of conspiracy to possess and distribute cocaine, 1 count of unlawful use of a means of identification, 1 count of use of a counterfeit access device, and 1 count of aggravated identity theft. It said that after the conclusion of a 4-day trial in February 2017, a jury found Brown guilty of all charges. The court heard that on 6 occasions between October 2015 and March 2016, Brown paid JetBlu flight attendant Marsha Gay Reynolds, 35, of Jamaica, Queens, New York, to transport cocaine and drugs money across the U.S. The U.S. Attorney's Office said Brown paid her to carry the drugs and cash in suitcases through known crew members, checkpoints at Los Angeles Airport and New York John F. Kennedy International Airport. As a known crew member, Reynolds was subject to much lighter screening at airport security checkpoints and would be able to transport the cash and cocaine without being stopped, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. To evade detection by law enforcement, it said Brown, an illegal immigrant and convicted felon, used identities he had stolen from 2 mentally disabled men so he could meet Reynolds in the sterile area of the airport past securities. While in the airport sterile area, he retook possession of the drug and cash laden suitcases and traveled across the country with them undetected, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. On March 18, 2016, it said Brown supplied about 27 kilograms of cocaine to Reynolds. She then attempted to board a JetBlu flight, and after showing her official badge and identification to the Transport Security Administration officer on duty, she was randomly selected for additional screening. It said Reynolds was then escorted to a secondary screening area. Upon arriving at this checkpoint, Reynolds dropped her luggage, removed her shoes, and fled the area, running down an upward traveling escalator and away from TSA officers, the U.S. Attorney's Office said, adding that Reynolds eventually surrendered herself to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration at John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York on March 23, 2016. The U.S. Attorney's Office said she remained in custody while her suitcase was pending and ultimately pleaded guilty in December 2016 to 1 count of conspiracy to possess and to distribute cocaine. In April 2018, she was given credit for the time served and was released, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. It said Brown was indicted for the charges in this case while in federal custody for attempting to illegally re-enter the U.S. in April 2016 following deportation.